Some big news in how you can reduce your risk of Alzheimer's. The results of a years-long lifestyle study is out today. And joining us now is Susan Ankoviak, Vice President of Programs and Services for the Alzheimer's Association, Massachusetts and New Hampshire chapter. Susan, it is great to have you with us today.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
All right, first, can you please tell us about the U.S. Pointer study?
Yeah, the U.S. Pointer study recruited over 2,000 individuals, and they were examining whether a combination of lifestyle interventions could prevent or delay cognitive decline for people who were at risk of developing cognitive issues. And we found that, really recruiting a diverse population reflecting our community is really important. So we had wonderful representation of different genders, race and ethnicity, education levels, and the rest.
And what did researchers find out in this study?
Well, we found out a lot of exciting information. Today's announcement, by the way, were headlines. We're going to learn a lot more data as we go along. But we randomly assigned our participants into one of two arms of the study. Everyone received education and resources about lifestyle interventions and how they could potentially protect the brain health. But the different arms had a different approach. So one group of people really decided what they wanted to do with the information and determine their own goals, while the other arm of the study that we call structured had a very prescribed path and were asked to develop or to achieve certain goals and to really adhere to that prescribed level. What we found was that everyone benefited from the material that they learned in terms of their global functioning. But further, we found that those who participated in the structured arm that was really, again, very prescribed, carefully coached, that they had a greater benefit in terms of their cognition.
So what does that mean for us, for people who are watching this?
That's a great question. What it means is that science is telling us that lifestyle matters. And we all have different access to nutritional foods and different opportunities, perhaps, to go to gyms and things like that in our community. But it could be that modest changes can make an impact in our brain health, and that we can take an active role today in preventing cognitive decline, as opposed to just hoping that we won't develop cognitive issues.
Do you know what's next for this study? You said a couple headlines are going to be coming out.
Yeah, there's a lot happening next, actually. First of all, we have much more data to dig into and see what else we can learn. We also are following our participants over the course of the next 4 years so we can continue to learn from them. But to me, perhaps equally important is that the Alzheimer's Association has invested and committed $40 million to an implementation plan. And that means that we will be working with local communities across the country to really get their input and determine how can we take what we've learned and really implement that in our local communities and have it be a part of people's daily lives.
All right, that's wonderful. Susan Ankoviak from the Alzheimer's Association, we really appreciate your time and information today.
Thank you for having me.